Welcome to another episode of Angels, Positivity, and Love. Incredible guests from the world over, amazing insights. They've also had incredible personal experiences, and they usually have turned around. They've been giving service to others. So we have traditional healers, exotic healers at the cosmos level. We have all sorts of other folks, New York Times best-selling authors, a White House physician to the US president, another doctor who does refugee camps all over the world, who's won a US Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award, and also the Order of Australia from Queen Elizabeth II when she was alive. The youngest Delta Force operator ever admitted, who studied naturopathy, and many other different types. So it's a phenomenal crowd, a really big footprint as guests go for such a small show. Quick reminder to like, subscribe, share, and comment. Emojis count. Anything works. What did you enjoy most? And one last thing that people may not be picking up on in the show. If you stick around, usually towards the end, but not always, you can participate in feeling energy, seeing energy, angels, many other figures, just catching the scent of lit sage. I have the most special high vibe guest, like almost ever. I'm going to put her up there in top 3, and I wouldn't know who the other 2 are. Natalie Namaste, originally from South Africa. I just learned her original last name before the show. It's beautiful. Oh my gosh. And she's so talented in so many different modalities. She's just plugged in is how I'm going to leave it. I love her vibe. You're going to feel it. You probably already are if you're highly intuitive. But even if you're just starting out on your own journey, she's one to pay attention to here. I'm excited to have her on. Natalie, great to see you again. Great to have you on Angels, Positivity, and Love.
Oh, thank you. What a wonderful introduction. And it feels so good to be here in this energy together.
Well, I have known that you have a high vibe since somehow I came across you, your name. We've had a chance to already chat previously, and we're going to have you on the show one way or the other, maybe on some panels too, so that people can get as much exposure to you as possible. I'm already a huge fan. Natalie, can you give us one really flavorful moment, though, either when you were little, teenage years, or working at the restaurant where something happened and you were like, whoa, the universe is way bigger than I thought 5 minutes ago?
Oh, so what's coming in? I feel that when I was in the restaurant, I was waitressing and cleaning a table and looking up and watching. I was in a big shopping mall, so watching people walk past, and I was seeing all this light and colors around everyone. And I was blinking my eyes. I'm like, wow, this is amazing. And I had already been channeling lights and feeling energies from a very young age. So it wasn't unfamiliar. It was just really, really strong and very visible. And so I went to check my eyes out, and I went to an optometrist, and they said, yeah, you've got 20/20 vision. You're all good. So I had a sigh of relief, and I was like, well, then what's going on here? So I went to a chiropractor who's also psychic, and he said, Natalie, you're psychic. You're seeing auras. You can sense and feel chakras. You can sense beyond this dimension. Develop your gift. And so he gave me that confirmation that I needed because I was still so young. And so it just developed from there on. And I really do. I see so many colors and energies. Like if I'm just zoning in and looking around you right now, yeah, you've got a lot of violet, purple, blue light around your head, and so much green and golden around your shoulders. So the violet, purple, blue is it represents that connection to the universe, to your soul, spiritual essence. It's very high vibe. And the golden green, what I'm picking up here, I'm picking up you've got a strong angelic energy. I'm picking up that you've been an angel and you've come down to earth to bring that angelic energy, all the qualities that angels have: compassion, kindness, love, understanding for others. So it feels like you are a living angel on earth with these beautiful green and gold frequencies around your heart.
Well, thank you very much for that. And okay, so we're going to do more, and I want to put some cards on the table too later, but we got to get you talking in the normal standard interview way. So You were driving one time, and this is on the coast of South Africa. Can you tell us what happened there with the light? That was absolutely beautiful and wild. And then if you don't mind adding, when are we reading about this in your first book?
Oh, I love that.
Second book.
There is a book. There is a book. I started writing it in 2011. I started channeling, and it's more of a novel, and it's called Coincidences, because nothing is a coincidence. Everything's a miraculous synchronicity. And so I will get back to it, but I'm just so busy with channeling and teaching, and so the path has taken me somewhere else, but it'll happen. So I love that you brought that up. And then to share about that experience in the car, I was by myself. It was early morning, so there's hardly anyone on the road. And I was playing music that I love. And I love like electronic and house and like uplifting house, or like fun high beat music. So I had the music on loud, and I'm just feeling the energy of the music and the energy of the morning. And it's happening now. I'm getting such strong energy coming through, goosebumps. So what happened then was, it's as if a waterfall of light, and light is love when it's condensed here in the third dimension. So light and love coming down through my crown, down through my face, and exploding out of my heart. And I got this voice in my mind that said, this can heal. Send this light and love out. And so there came another car on the road, and I'm beaming the light to the other driver, and there was a truck driver, and I'm beaming the light to the truck driver and just sending it to anyone and everyone. And then when I was on the road by myself, I was channeling it through for every single person on the earth, for every sentient being, for everything and everyone that needs light and love. And that is the core of my being. That's what I actually still do every day. Some days I'm just like, oh, I feel like sending light to everyone who doesn't have a home, who's living on the street. And then I send light to them, or sending light to every soul that's being born, that's being birthed right now in this moment, or every soul that's dying, that's passing on in this moment. So that's how I work with the energy on the collective scale. And it really started strongly in that moment when I was driving in South Africa.
I love it. And I'll try to keep it to 15 seconds, but I've got a similar, sort of not similar. I wasn't driving. I was at a concert. Two women come by and say, I think it's him. And then they change their mind a little bit later, but they come back and they're like, it's definitely you. They showed me how to ground into the earth, but then they showed me how to flow love. And it was at a concert. It wasn't necessarily this concert. This is later. I took the photo, but the same venue. And those are angels, not raining, a lot of light. But they showed me, and it was the largest amount of love I've ever experienced in my life, flowing down and through me and out. And I don't know how else to say it except wow. And I would love to try to recreate that someday. So we'll see. Can you talk to us about how big love is? Is love the fabric of the universe? What's this all about? Is it complex, or is it usually more simple than we ever think it is, because it's not about thinking?
Exactly. When we're thinking or trying to understand something, we're coming back into the 3D mind. And love, it's a vibration, it's an energy, it's something that we're blessed because we can feel it. We can feel it in our body. We can feel it where the wind blows soft, gentle energy on the skin, and you get goosebumps and tingles. Earlier today, I was with a client, and they could handle a strong current of love. And so I can channel as much as the person can handle or is ready to receive. And he could handle a lot. So my whole body kind of like contorted. I started getting pins and needles in my hands, in my feet, and my head felt like it was going to explode with the amount of love and light coming through. So we can really get to feel and experience it. But yeah, we can't really fully understand it, because if we're trying to understand it, we're making it too small. We're bringing it too much into the 3D mind energy, and it's very expansive. I feel that fear is the contractive energy, and love is the expansive energy. And when we're in a flow of love, we're in a flow of trusting and gratitude and and just really enjoying life.
Mm.
Yeah, so it's those emotions that come with love.
Mm. And I'm going to ask you the big picture question, not quite eternal or anything, but with everything going on around the globe, this country is going into dictatorship, this economy is doing this, inflation's going to double, whatever. How do we keep it real? How do we keep it real simple? How do we remember what's most important? But before I do, I did want to show one song, Grimes, Art Angels, super high vibe. Oh, whoop, it moved. Here it is. Grimes, Art Angels would be one song that I think is super fun, high vibe, and I love it. And I love cranking high vibe music. Alto, I think, is a term people use who are singers. So I love alto music. What's your advice with everything happening today? There's a lot of seriousness going on. At one level, it's conflict or divisiveness, or you have to judge others. But what's your reminder for us all? Because in a way, you have one of the broadest perspectives I'll ever get to experience in this lifetime. I love it.
To step out of the mind and the thinking about it all so much and come back into the heart. Because the frequency of the heart is love, compassion, and understanding. And what I understand is that there are no mistakes. Nothing is a mistake. That, if you look at your own body, your physical body, it's so intelligent. Every single cell knows exactly what to do. When you eat food, it knows how to take that food, work it into energy, and eliminate what it doesn't need. This body is so intelligent, and it's that intelligence that's created the universe, created our earth. And so when we remember that it's divine perfection and it's beyond what we can control, we can surrender and let go of what we're trying to control and be in our hearts and get comfortable with the ups and downs and the way in which things flow. And we're not here to change other people. We're here to be the light that we are. So if we can rather focus our energy on the light that we are, if we can all take responsibility for ourselves, instead of sending energy out and draining ourselves by judging others, we can become empowered and enlightened by connecting to the cosmos, connecting to the source, the flow of the universe, and being present with the light that we are and the love that we are. And then we let go of that judgment and we allow things to be as they are. Here in the third dimension, we need the polarities because that's how we learn. So we have the light and we have the dark. So some people are doing things that we might not like, that doesn't resonate with us, but they're doing it for a reason. Because that darkness or that lower frequency energy is activating something inside of each one of us. So if you're being activated and you're getting reactive, be curious about it. And ask yourself, well, what is it that they're doing that's causing me to feel so uncomfortable inside, or so much anger or frustration towards their actions and the way they're being? Get curious about you, because as you release layers of those different emotions that are inside of you, you release it for the collective. And we can become lighter and lighter here on this planet. So remembering that everything is exactly as it's meant to be. It's divine perfection. Surrender into the divine perfection. And the only thing that you can change is you. So be more light. And people that you disagree with or don't resonate with, instead of lowering your frequency to match theirs, because that doesn't help at all, stay in the light that you are and ask the universe and the angels to beam light on them and into their aura, because that will help. That will help them. Maybe then they'll remember their soul and they'll step out of their mind and come into their heart. Lead by an example. Step into your heart.
Okay, feel what you feel, do not judge. But also, I've never met anybody who runs around and says, I'm going to waste as much energy as I can this week. And yet we all do lots of thinking. In an hour or two, I'll be back to thinking quite a bit. It's perfectly okay. It's going to happen. Whoops. Thinking's not going away anytime soon, alas. But the more you can be in your heart, the more fun you can have. Talk to us about an aspect of this. You have a lot of areas. I'm actually going to read a bunch of areas where you specialize in and as a healer. So you're a psychic, holistic intuitive healer, Reiki master teacher. Some of these you may not do as much anymore. Yoga teacher, soul regression practitioner, ancestral generational healer, medium. You love working with the elements, crystals, color healing, psychic surgery. I have a feeling you're still doing. Yes? Yes.
A lot of those I'm still doing, yes.
Yeah. Breath work, channeling of angels, guides, and spirit. And the teacher at like Diana Cooper School, could you explain that just for a second?
Yes, when I was in my 20s, I started to feel and sense the angels, and they communicated with me strongly that there's a course and there's a teacher that's going to help me to develop my gift of connecting and channeling angels. And the angels also said that they want to be able to speak through me to others. So I found my teacher and the Diana Cooper School and learned from Diana with the online training. And after that, I was so inspired that I found another teacher who also teaches part of the Diana Cooper School. And I went to England and I trained with her in Ascension and the 2012 and beyond energies of our new earth. And so then I became a Diana Cooper School teacher. And so I'm certified in hosting workshops, ceremonies, courses, everything to do with raising frequency, connecting with the angels, working with energies. And then in 2011, I went with the Diana Cooper School, and Diana Cooper is just such a warm, loving, beautiful soul. So we all went together. I can't remember how many there were of us, but it was 2011, and we were in Egypt. All of us teachers in a temple at 11 minutes past 11, meditating and channeling to help to bring in more light into our planet. So that's the magic that the Diana Cooper School brings, and that I now do not so much part of the school, but more on my own, because so many gifts are channeling through me and there's so many things that I offer. So I've evolved and developed and created my own unique essence and style.
I love it. Okay. Talk to us about some of your guides or angels or other light beings, cosmic guides, and so on. In which way do you most enjoy interacting with them? Is it full on seeing, you just happen to turn and then voila? Or is it on the beach? Is it dream time? Is it meditation and sort of a combination of all the other things? Or is it other?
Oh, I love this question. So the way in which I connect and I channel is I can physically see. So an example is I'll be looking at someone and then I'll see the energies and lights in their aura, and then there'll be a splash, a spark of light, and it will have a color. And then I know which angel it is, because the colors of the angels, certain frequencies they hold, it's who they are. Or they'll say in my mind who they are. So I actually physically see it. I see the light. Also, if I'm staring into a room, I see the energies. So sometimes there's like whooshes of, like you use the word whooshes of the white light, or there's like hazy, sparkly energy and light, like that photo you showed us. So that's how I physically see. Then through my inner vision, I can see a lot here. So when I'm working with clients or in group sessions, I'm closing my eyes and I start to see images, patterns. Like if I'm doing soul regression, I'll start to see the person in the body that they were in having an experience doing something. And then I'll be able to describe exactly what it is that they did in their past life. So that's the seeing, and then hearing. And this comes in a few different ways. One, I physically can hear frequencies change in a room. So when a high frequency being comes in, it'll go higher than the usual buzz of the room. And sometimes it'll go boop, 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 like a bit lower. So physically hearing it, hearing the angels enter, and then hearing through my mind, I can hear words. So say I'm working with someone and their angels and guides are coming through, and loved ones that are past are also coming through. They'll speak to me, and I hear their accents. their accent and their humor. So if it was someone who was very funny when they were alive on Earth, they're still funny. And so they hear them. And then the other one is feeling. If I'm working with someone, I'll all of a sudden feel, I can feel something in my neck and my right shoulder. And then I'll be able to interpret what that means. And it could be that when they were younger, growing up, that their mother didn't support them while they were 8 years old, and there was a feeling like they had to protect themselves, and so they've been carrying a lot of energy in that shoulder. So it's quite layered, the way in which I experience channeling, and I channel angels, the beings of light, the angelic beings of light, archangels, guides, souls that have passed. Yeah, just
a big group.
Whatever, whoever comes in.
Is it I'm finding that most people are pretty cool with the whole galactic cosmos thing. So can we turn to that for just at least 30 seconds? Is the universe not really, really, really big? And there's tons of unconditional love figures. In fact, I'll do one of those 10-second sharing things, but an angel named Charlotte, one of my business managers, tough taskmaster 12 or 13 years ago, but totally awesome. She said she had an Orion background originally as an origin story. Angel today, I don't think there's much of a difference from our perspective. Love is love. But nevertheless, there are different, a Pleiadian, a Lyran, an Arcturian. Can you just give us the Natalie Namaste patented big picture overview? So if you're the jittery type, you're like, wait a second, we're not the only casino on the strip in the universe. Or other people who are like totally groovy with it. They're like, no, I've seen ships before or other stuff. Can you give us the love view of this all?
Yes. What you believe is what you open up your mind, your energy to receive from the universe. So at night, when you look up at the stars and you connect with the cosmos and you connect with the astrology, the energies behind it, you might be connecting with Jupiter, or Venus is quite strong at the moment, and you're receiving light codes and wisdom and information from these planets, from these beings that exist beyond our dimension and our planet. We're one planet, planet Earth, and there's so many universes out there that we can connect to. So as far out as your mind will expand is what you will connect to and open up to receive wisdom and guidance. And they're all here to support us. They just want us to be held and loved and supported so that we can experience ourselves, the souls that we are, at the maximum amount of full expression here on Earth.
I love it. And I love how you ended that. And so everyone's good where they are right now. I wanted to ask you about the stars where you're at Hotel Brio or Playa Gigante Beach, even though that's redundant, I guess, in Spanish. I do speak some French. If you look up at night, there are not a lot of streetlights and stuff. So are the stars really intense? Like you're in Hawaii is the best way I know how to say it. Are you loving the stars?
Oh, Nicaragua is incredible because it's not so built up. So we don't have all the light pollution. Every night when there's not clouds in the sky, you look up and you see the Milky Way. And I lie down on the ground looking up and seeing the Milky Way, and it feels like you can see into the blackness that's in between the Milky Way, because the Milky Way is so bright, but then there's this like eye of the Milky Way, and I feel like that's where you enter back home to source. So yes, we're very gifted here in Nicaragua to experience the stars, the planets, the moon in such a deep and powerful physical way that we can see them.
And random question number 2 and 3. One, hummingbird, or 2 hummingbirds. Do you have them? And 3, could you tell us some other animal, whether it's in the water, turtles or something that you have around you that you're just like, yes, every time they show up, you're like, yes, happy dance. What do you have there that you love?
The hummingbirds are here in my garden. And when I'm channeling in my room on the other side, they come and they're flapping their wings so fast and reminding us of transformation and the light that we are and how quick things can move and shift. And so let go and flow with life. And so, yes, so many hummingbirds. And yes, we've got turtles that come and nest right here on the beach. And I've got a beautiful friend, Christy, who goes and makes sure that no one touches the eggs and puts them in a safe place. And then when the turtles hatch, she helps them to get back down to the ocean. So yeah, we've got a lot of turtles here. But what I want to bring in, because I keep seeing it, are butterflies.
Oh, hey, I was going to bring up butterflies, and only because I've had 2 guests lately. I've got, so again, we're going to go a little bit of a tangent, but tangents are good. That's what I'm built for, is a vortex stream of light with butterflies coming out of that mirror. If it's happening now, if you want to allow for it, here's Joy in case we need any extra thumbs up. But I've had 2 different guests see that stream. One waited till after the show and was like, hey, what does this stream of butterflies mean to you? And I went happy. I was like, that's the highest form of life and energy coming through. I was like, where'd you see it? And she's like, right there. So I just figured I'd mention it. You're not seeing it right now, are you?
I am. And I'm sure so many people are seeing it. Just
okay,
thousands of butterflies coming in.
Yeah, and I always try to do that for folks where, like, okay, if they got to be loosey-goosey, just a reminder, if anybody's like, oh, I'm not sure I can even smell the sage. We haven't lit that yet. We did that before the show. Whoops. But the point is, you have no limits, but you're going to have brain limits. The brain's going to be like, well, I'm not sure I can do this with my hand or listen or feel. I get it. I'm still there. You have to start over every single day. So just a reminder to everybody, like this one that we've got as a guest, and I'd love in a little bit, because we're not going to go there yet, but if someone's really stuck and so they really feel like they're spinning and it's heavy, I'd love for you to be able to encourage them right in a little bit about how it doesn't matter. They can reach out and they'll feel okay. They're not worried that the vibe is so high that they can't get help. I don't know if that made sense, but we want to make sure you reach out verbally in just a minute. But let's talk butterflies.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. Butterflies. What I am receiving and understanding about butterflies is that they're reminders that we are surrounded by angels, guides, and loved ones who have passed. So I went for a walk the other day up the hill, and I sat at the top on the bench, and I said to my grandmother who's passed, I said, Marion, I can feel you. Are you here? And this butterfly. And before she died, she said, Natalie, I'll come to you as a butterfly. So it's something we agreed upon. And so this butterfly came and landed on the bench chair behind me. And I looked and I was like, Marion, is this you? It flew, it went around and it hit me in my third eye. Then it flew away again. No jokes, it came again for a second time, boom, into my third eye. And just when I thought, well, twice, I definitely know it's Marion, it came a third time and whizzed just past the top of my head, my crown chakra. And then it came and sat back on the bench with me, and we just sat there talking and communicating with each other. So yes, the butterflies, they are loved ones that have passed and guides and angels, just reminding us of how we are deeply supported.
Okay, before we do anything serious, like, everyone thinks they're somewhere, and it's legit. However you think is how you roll, but it's always easier, bigger, and something else than we realize. And yet we are where we're at. So that's what you help people do, is shift consciousness, shift how they're flowing their energy and they're not flowing. Might as well talk about it this second, and then we'll blow some sage. People shouldn't hesitate to reach out to you. And can you give the pep talk about that?
Because when I channel, I meet them where they're at. So I welcome the skeptics because that's okay to be where you are. And if your mind is saying, wait, hold on, I'm not sure about this, that's beautiful, because what's happening is you're seeing that your mind is saying, wait, hold on, I'm not sure about this. So who's seeing the mind? Who's seeing the mind? Who's watching the mind? That's the soul. And it can get confusing for people. Well, I've got 2 voices, and how do I work with this? And so I like to meet people at the level that they're at with working with the mind and working with the emotions and working with the spiritual energy and light, if that's what you're ready for. Sometimes we just need to give space for how we're feeling. We might be feeling sticky and dark and heavy. And you know what? If you're feeling heavy and dark, you just need to be loved and held and have a message channeled through that rings true for you. And then you start to release that emotion, because emotions don't stay. They're energy in motion. They're moving through us. And that's part of our wonderful human experience, to have this mind and to get curious with the mind and see what it's saying. Because whatever the mind is saying, there's something there. There's something that you can learn or pick up and grow with. So the greatest tool is the mind. And what I feel is that we need to shift the way in which we look at it, because some people go, oh, I'm trying to get rid of my mind, trying to stop my ego. But hold on, wait. Why don't we just invite our mind, invite our ego to become our best friend? Because we are the soul, and the mind is a gift for us to be able to use while we're here in the third dimension. It's through the mind that we get ideas from source, that we have an imagination that we can create. So it's our best friend. And so we're starting to work with the mind with love and inviting it to be your friend. And instead of it trying to protect you because you're an individual and you need to be safe from the world out there, inviting the mind to be the nourisher and to be the support. And then it starts to open, and you can really expand the mind at the level and the rate that you're ready to. It can be slow, it can be fast. It's really dependent on the person.
Love it. I'm going to light some sage. People can catch what they're going to catch, usually sage. And some people who are highly intuitive, as I'm lighting it, they're already tasting it. You don't have to taste it. It's just sage. But it could be plant medicine level sage. It could be light sage. It could be just light. And you don't have to just catch sage, catch flowers, catch ocean, and ask for extra. If you're the type who's like, why not? 1 + 1 = 4 or 111, do it. Ask for the whole kit and caboodle. Sage, Crate and Barrel blue tea light with some beautiful blue light to it to protect the rainbow thing. And then a red-tailed hawk feather, just for effect. Okay, I'm lighting some sage. Oh, and set your intent. That's my only rule for anything, and I would have forgotten. Ask the universe to make it really nice. And if you really don't mind this, ask angels to get you out of your head into your heart. Have a lot of fun. Own it with a thank you. Amen. Rock and roll. Om Saram. Wherever you're from, however you like to roll. Natalie, in Nicaragua, are you already getting a little bit of sage or a lot of sage?
Quite a lot. I can smell it. I can feel it. Yeah.
And last time I remember the flower you got, but I never pronounced it right. Protea?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, but are you getting that? Or are you getting hibiscus today? What are you getting?
Sunflower.
I love it. And then, ocean from around the world. It could be South Africa, but it could be like Azores, Seychelles, somewhere exotic, or just around the corner, like Costa Rica. What are you getting?
Yeah, it feels like it started in Cape Town and is moving all the way to Australia and then all the way up and around and ending here in Nicaragua. So a lot of fresh energy.
I really like that. Okay, I got to snub this out. Well, I don't have to. If it's got a little bit of smoke coming through, sometimes we get a whoosh of an angel through the video. It won't look like this little bit of smoke wisp. We can ask for that and we'll see what happens. Oh, you're South African. I've had 2 South Africans, one living in France, one in Germany. You South Africans have something lucky going on, because we've had 2 whooshes. One was Heather, the angel, for that South African living in France. TikTok superstar who's highly intuitive. Here's Heather. She makes hearts in her photos, and to just not prove it or anything, but just to show one more cool groovy photo. Here's another heart. We could ask for this, and you never know. It's always brighter in person. Like when we see it, the video still keeps it pretty good. The other angel I didn't ask, but it was like this for the South African living in Germany. So if we really allow for it, you never know. Okay. Change is coming, but it's not as big a deal as we might react to. It's just a lot more love, awareness, consciousness. Angels help with mankind, following their unique life path, that gentleness, kindness, compassion, just being in the heart more. Can you talk to us more about that? There's nothing to worry about. No matter how bad stuff gets externally, we're totally like they're stepping in and helping, even if it's invisibly. I don't know how to say it. You know how to say it.
And the angels are saying that change is good, change is healthy, it's part of the evolution, the growth. And so embracing the change and knowing that deep inside there is a stillness, a presence, because that is the essence of your soul. So the change is happening on the surface, the waves on the top of the ocean, they can be big, they can be small, but they're moving. There's lots of different waves, and you're either going to jump on your surfboard, ride a wave, or swim the wave, or get splashed and hit in the face with a wave. But that change is going to happen no matter what. But then you've got the greatest tool, because you can take a breath and then drop deeper, deeper, deeper into the depth of the ocean, where it's quiet, still, and peaceful. That is the frequency of your spirit, of your soul. And it's always like that. So you can tap into your true essence within. And there you feel comfort and you feel safe. So no matter what happens in the third dimensional world, it's going to happen. It's meant to happen. These changes are needed. There's an inner stillness and peace inside of you, that you are here on earth during these times of change for a reason. Each one of us, billions of souls that have chosen to incarnate at this time on earth, is for a reason. And that reason is to be you, not to be somebody else or to try to be something that you think you're meant to be you, to drop deeper and deeper into what do you love? What do you enjoy doing? What do you want to create, and how do you want to express yourself here on earth? And to focus on that, and then to ask the angels, ask your guardian angel. Each one of us, every single one of us has a guardian angel. So you ask your guardian angel to step into your aura, to hold you in the light, to support you, and they will. And then you'll feel it. You'll feel something inside that it's okay, you're going to get through this. And not just get through it, you're going to thrive, and you're going to create, and you're going to have fun and enjoy being on earth, because it's a pretty incredible miracle to be a soul in a body on earth during this time that we've got so much available to us, like having this call, being able to be online and to be able to connect through time and space. We're so gifted. We're really here during a time of blessings.
Can we bring joy in? Pink ball, light, angel, but you might have like 7 different things at once happen. The audience can, the brain can only track like 3 or 4 things. So here's joy, an angel who's the ambassador communicator, high peppy voice, the emotion joy. People could put their hand out and feel the vibe, but you can get a whoosh down your back. You can smell a flower, smell the ocean, ask her to make something extra, even get butterflies around the room, and ask her a private question. But if people want to do, Natalie can ask her a broader question like that you'll talk about for a little bit. But the rest of you watching can just ask, hey, what do I need to know in life right now? And hear the gentlest whisper or full on, hey, hi, peppy 28-year-old voice. And it's what will you allow for, which even if angels didn't exist, the universe didn't exist, none of this existed, you'd still have to grasp or wrangle with what are you allowing for daily? Just allow for more fun and more love and less thinking. And what are you getting from joy as a topic now that you know blindfolded, even if you were riding the bike backwards? What's the topic? She's like, yeah, talk about this.
It feels like it's to do with fun and not taking life so seriously. And you bring in that essence. When I've had a session with you for a week after, I had more of a skip in my step, and I was feeling like, oh, you've gifted me fun, and I feel like we should gift everyone that fun energy right now.
Okay. Well, I'm going to put up 2 or 3 more angels, or maybe another figure. We'll figure it out as we go. But here's Charlotte, everybody's favorite school teacher from 3rd form, 3rd grade, with words meant to help you expand. Think of her as Audrey Hepburn's sister, Elegant. She might have been Nefertiti in ancient Egypt, though, if you like that ancient Egypt subject area. But here's something from her that's a reminder to us all that is already what you tell everybody every day. And what'd you get from Charlotte?
Be you. Be you.
And that's exactly what you tell people every day. That's one of your strongest messages. I love that. One or two more picks, because then maybe we can play a little bit and then we'll get back to a more serious interview, but then we'll get back to playing a little. Here's Min. She's an angel who's light waves of energy and water, a woman with 11 books out who ended up not being a guest, but is so phenomenal. Said, hey, I recognize her. That's Mother Hawaii. Another guest got to see her on a beach in California. She's my guardian angel. She's that guest guardian angel. She's probably 80,000 of us guardian angel. But she's really cool. Put it that way. Min, what are you getting from her? What's the reminder?
Take time to rest. There is so much doing on earth, spending so much time in the masculine of doing and thinking. Take time to rest, being in the yin frequency of being, sitting on your sofa and doing nothing, just staring into space. That is the yin energy, and it opens you up to receiving.
And if we can do light for each one, I think we can guess what it's going to be. Pink light is joy. Blue is Charlotte, and then a whitish mist with rainbow flecks all over it, or just oceany, Mediterranean sparkle, whatever, or chef's choice. We'll let her figure it out. If you wish, you can do it one of three ways. I'm making this up. You can put your fingers together, but as you start to pull apart, not only do you see your light and they'll jack you, forgive all this layman language, but they'll start flowing through you. Like one finger to one finger might be pink, it might be blue over here, but you might just get sparkles and sea mist everywhere around you. If you don't mind, and they'll either give you instructions, you can do it. There's just spin the twister wheel right now. But then you'll get a few more messages and definitely get like 3 compliments that you keep to yourself unless one of them you're supposed to share out loud, which would be awesome. What are you getting? And play if you don't mind. And at home, if you breathe through your mouth, it's sometimes an extra way to turn up the volume if you feel like you want to feel it more or vibe it more.
Wonderful feeling of opening. I am open to the infinite flow of light. Yeah. And that we've been saying the sky is the limit, but that's not true. There is no limit. You are open to receiving all that you are here to receive. That you are opening your mind, opening your heart to receive so many gifts from the universe. So that you can really play and have fun and create while you're on earth. So there's this wonderful feeling of opening now for everyone. And opening to receive.
I never know when to talk. I did this on another show where like the person always had a little extra and I was like, oops. And thank you for that. That was just totally awesome. Do you have a window in blue sky that you can just see a portion of right now, or no blue sky? Blue sky?
A little bit, yeah.
They can show you, is it Aurora Borealis, the lights, but that you don't have to be in Norway. You can see your soul. Just here, you've got this. And you already can do this, I think. But look out, you can see your own soul in Aurora Borealis with your eyes open, and it's pretty. But if you don't mind sharing a few colors. And then if you want, throw me into the bus. They'll help you see mine next to yours if you want. Did you already get yours?
Yeah. Cosmic, so many colors. Yeah. And a lot of pink, blue, golden, and a lot of black, like the velvet blackness is so beautiful. It's deep, it encompasses everything.
You're gonna laugh, but I think of the Puma posters from the 70s that are felt, and they do that dark light, night light thing that you shut off the lights, and it was very Grateful Dead, but I don't know the name of that light. It makes everything glow when you turn it on. You don't really see it. It's ultraviolet or something, but the posters were made to glow. So the panther became even more alive in the jungles of wherever in the Amazon. But that's the type of black velvety I'm thinking of, the soft jaguar velvet on those posters from the 70s. Sorry. Okay. Where do you want to take us next? And with your permission, I'll put up 4 archangels: Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel, and Rainbow Pie Slice. If you like pies and desserts, this is for you. 4 archangels in light energy form, and they're very cosmic. What's a suggested topic?
Manifesting.
Ooh, yes. Please do. We all need more of that, because we all think we're here, and then over there is something, and we're like, hey, wait, point A to B. And it's not that at all.
It's all about frequency. It's about energy, and it's about what you believe. So our thoughts are electric and our feelings and emotions are magnetic. So what we're thinking and what we're feeling, and if we're thinking and feeling something often, it becomes a habit, it becomes part of our personality, it becomes what we believe in, it becomes our vibration. And our vibration is our creation, because what we are vibrating is sending frequencies out into the universe, and the universe is mirroring that. It's matching, mirroring our state of energy and bringing that to us. So we manifest things that are challenging so that we can learn and grow from them, and gain more tools and strength and light, and release older patterns from past lives, release ancestral energy, release habits. And then we also magnetize in all the wonderful, beautiful things that we experience. And so knowing that we are the creators of our reality, and that we can work with our mind and how we feel about things to attract in, magnetize in what it is we want to experience, is very empowering. So being aware of the mind, and being aware of those reoccurring thought patterns, being aware of the emotions and noticing where in the body am I feeling this, how does it feel? And then working with emotions like gratitude, because it's a real high frequency one. Gratitude, joy, happiness, they're high frequency emotions and energies. And so when you're in a flow state with those emotions, then think about all the things you want to create. Daydream, let your imagination go wild, so that you open up your mind to magnetize in those experiences.
And just trust, because you're being taken care of no matter what. And if you just get out of your own way, more stuff will happen. I had something for you. I got to remember what it is. I go awfully blank, but you can't do that when you're a show host. Okay. Talk to us a little bit. Oh, I got it. You've had to do an awful lot of self-work and letting go, or maybe not as much. It depends. It's probably been in ebbs and flows, fits and starts. But when were you able to walk a super smoother path?
I'm still learning. I'm still human.
Yeah, but you sound like really good. So I love how you're talking. This is beautiful. And
Yeah.
can you give us one example, though, where you're like, no, I had to finally let that go. It was just ridiculous. I was holding on to this notion or this thing. You don't have to share anything personal if you don't want, but do you have something so people can hear what you had to come along the way?
Yeah, this is a heavy one and a powerful one, because the darker, heavier ones are the ones that make massive growth. We actually jump leaps ahead. So I was feeling depressed. I could happily function, chat with other people, enjoy life, but every time I was alone, I felt sad. And it was like a year now that every time I was alone, I could just cry. I felt sad. I felt like something was missing. And so I took myself off to a Vipassana, which is a 10-day silent retreat. And it's powerful, because you are non-stop with your mind, and you are observing your mind, and you're meditating like 10 hours a day, but you're also not allowed to talk to anyone. You can't read, you can't do anything, you can't even do yoga. And so it really brings you into a space of noticing things that are hidden from yourself. And so it was day 5, and we were meditating in a big group. There were 80 of us. And I started to feel something in my body. And I started to feel like that deep, heavy sadness coming up. And then this dark voice, which was part of my mind at that time, said to me, don't worry, Natalie. If you don't get through this, you can just go to the hotel room and you can kill yourself like you've done in a past life. it was so dark and so sad and so heavy that I started shaking and crying. And so the teachers came and then took me to the back, and they were spraying me with essential oil spray and singing to me. And when I could eventually speak, because there's a lot of crying and sounds, I said to them, will that voice be there again? Like, am I going to experience that more of that heaviness? And they said, once you face it, you heal it. The light of consciousness, the light of your soul dissolves the shadows. But when you run away and hide from the shadows, they stay inside of you. But now you've faced it, you've been in the light of it. It's completely transformed. And it's so true. This is so long ago. And ever since then, I've never felt depression again. I have felt sadness here and there, but it lasts like 90 seconds, like any other emotion, just comes in and goes out. Oh. So I feel all the emotions, but I've never felt depression again, because I gave myself space to feel that feeling. And so that's been hugely transformational. And then it's daily work, being conscious of my mind, being very loving and kind to myself. And then also going, hey, I don't have to believe everything I think. and that is creating a very healthy mind for me. And then, because every day I channel, every day I meditate, it raises my frequency, it keeps me balanced. And because I do so much channeling and helping people, I spend a lot of time alone by myself in silence, because that's how I maintain balance and to be able to do what I do. So yeah, those are some of my tools.
Oh, brilliant. Do you have a favorite figure from like India, a Native American chief, one of the broad religious figures? Do you have a favorite figure that's coming to mind, like, you know, Mary, Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, or a India figure, or a
there's two.
Yeah, two.
I love the Dalai Lama, because I really believe in his way of being, the joy and the loving kindness for all beings. Especially, you know, if someone's struggling, they can be reactive and treat us badly, but actually all they need is more love. Every night I light a candle. May every being on earth be touched by love and light and be supported. May all minds be clear and healthy. So the Dalai Lama, and then also Buddha. I feel like I have the Buddha nature within me, and that's why I've taken the Namaste to be part of my name. And actually, it's interesting, because my name, Natalie, equals the number 8. And then with Natalie Namaste in numerology equals the number 8, which is infinity, which is connecting with all that is.
I love it. And your middle name, without saying it out loud, to me, is the equal sign. It's a see-through connecting. Yeah. Okay, so I was afraid to meet Buddha for a couple of years. Not afraid, but just like, oh my God, it's such a big figure. Like, when's it going to happen? And so sort of expectation. But I was walking through an American department store, and there's a book section in this type of department store. And there are all these beautiful signs they hang from the ceiling. And this one sign started talking to me. It was Buddha, his colors. And I didn't run out of the store, but I definitely heard Buddha. And that was, they always make a splash one way or the other. Joy, the pink one, was a Roman candle coming out of my floor through my ceiling, like pink light whooshing, and a hello, ta-da. And then a moment later, another whoosh, and I was just short-circuited. So here's the image I used for Buddha to give it a more, whatever I'm going to say next, a regular interpretation. I've lost all my English. Okay, here's Buddha. Catch something from Buddha, but like get golden flecks of light all around you, like it's snowing. It's pure compassion, kindness, love, and support. Hear a little humor, but if you don't mind having a Buddhist temple like 10 meters behind you, with the sound of those wind metal things that make music, and the blow in the wind, if I didn't say that. And then incense, like really good incense. You're in Laos, Thailand, somewhere that a Buddhist temple would be. And this is a multi-sensory something, but people at home can close their eyes. They can put their hand out, and now it's 3 screens, an iPhone, my laptop, and your computer at home, folks. It doesn't matter if you're on a bus either. Catch that incense. And if you really open up, other people might catch it on the bus. You never know. Oh, what are you getting from Buddha? I'll pull back. Whoops. What'd you get?
I can hear singing.
I didn't do it.
Singing.
Awesome. Oh, and If you don't mind just picking whoever your favorite's been now, it could be Audrey Hepburn, even if we didn't stick her up. But ask Joy if she's here, and ask for that sacred, it could be Tibetan, but it could be more, how do I say it, East Asia. So it's a little lighter. You could ask for that Om sacred stillness of the universe sound, but totally joyful. That's why we're asking Joy. Ask for a good one of those. That I had that in the middle of the night to buy time. I heard a huge chime, sounded like an earthquake. So I got out of bed. I'm running into my living room, my first home in Austin. And had I been more loose, because I was a little like, whoa, what's going on? I would have heard angels singing. So I was a little uptight, but I still heard the chime. So that was cool. Did you get a musical note or an ohm or can you know how to use words? What happened just now?
Do I?
Yeah, no, you really know how to use. Like if I had to hire anybody, pick anybody to do a speech, it's you. You definitely know how to speak. It's incredible. Oh my God.
It's it's so deep. It's the Om,
Oh,
and it's so deep that it feels like it's touched me in my heart, and then I rippled out into a billion pieces. And it's continuous. It's it's infinite. It's the infinite Om. It never ends.
so
It's
not bad. We're
incredible.
doing pretty good for a podcast like that. This isn't a normal thing. Okay, I'm going to read a passage from Angels that's really easy, but it's a good reminder to keep it easy. And then maybe we put our hands up, connect, and maybe I whoosh light your way. It'll all be angels. We're blaming angels. Don't blame Canada. But here's that passage. And I totally think this is what you've been telling us the whole time. So sometimes the person next to you or a stranger just needs validation via love and compassion. A smile changes any moment. So too does laughter or a few kind words. Be compassionate to all. Do it.
Yes. This is the message. It can change our world. Imagine all of us we each choose to be kind, to be compassionate, to have more patience and understanding. Oh, yeah, it's like melting into the river of life and flowing with it into the ocean.
Is it okay to read one that might take a minute and a half, 2 minutes? It's angel writing. It's in the appendix of my Little Listening to Angels book from 2014. I just saw balls of light as I was typing. It's a 20-minute read on Amazon, but there are photos of angels in it. Is it okay to read this? It's same gentleness. Okay. What's up with mankind? Why angels now? Awareness for mankind is on the horizon. Call it a spiritual awakening if you wish. It's a chance for all to grow. Mankind is ready for more unconditional love and compassion for all, and more compassion by all for all is needed. Mankind is ready to change from rat race mode. Happiness is obtained in the absence of ego. Ego's afraid to be vulnerable to let go and to be in the unknown. Again, there's nothing to lose and nothing to gain. Move past seeing the negative. Compassion can be taught through one's actions. How? Slowing down would do a world of wonder for most people. Doing it consistently is where the problems and opportunities lie, so stay present. Start right now. Letting go means less thinking. Do not get lost in perceived tasks, roles, ego, etc. Being in the moment is to do compassion for all. For individuals, an egoless path would be great, but it's just not realistic. Allow ego to serve as a reminder when it pops up, a reminder for what you decide. How about a reminder to breathe? How about a reminder to enjoy each moment as it comes? Believe that all moments can be the same. Whether it's a moment at work or a moment looking at nature, all moments are the same and beautiful or peaceful. Only thinking something can interfere with this. Likewise, they're not separate paths for mankind or separate worlds for individuals. One is one. Through awareness and owning the consequences of one's thoughts and actions, a person begins to see how all of life is truly interconnected in one. Faith in all can lead to a change in mankind. This is the path for all of man. And this is about man bringing peace and joy to all. And I'll add just the last little bit. This is about your personal growth in your life and finding the next stage in your soul's development, as well as the continued evolution of mankind. The greatest gift is allowing all is growth and change. Blah, 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 blah. Did you like it?
Oh, it's deep. It's layered. There's so much everyone's going to get from that. I think people need to listen to it a few times.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of gifts there.
I feel that's the way you are speaking with us, is all of that is your vibration is huge. Have you been, it doesn't help to toot your own horn, but have you been given your background one way or the other or multiple times, or you already knew coming in? Here's Charlotte. She's great at giving backgrounds, by the way. whether we're talking galactic or other, or on this ride, you were given the full ticket. Like, I don't know how else to say it. What can you share with us about your DNA makeup, even though we're not going to talk about DNA? You came in full ride here, yes?
Yeah.
And we don't even know what full
I,
ride means.
yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
I never forgot. I never forgot that I was a soul, that I'm light on earth. I and I chose parents because before we're born, we choose our parents, choose our family, choose many things. I chose my parents so that they could allow me to explore and be the light that I am. So I was supported in just being who I was. And so from a young age, I would ask the questions of, if there isn't all this schools, buildings, houses, people, all that, what is there? And I would feel the energy of the universe, feel the angels. And so I feel like my soul is angelic, that I've specifically, specially chosen to come to earth to bring the qualities of an angel, which is deep compassion and understanding and love and patience and yeah, just being able to hold people and part of my gift is I'm able to feel what people are going through and that and see people, see them for who they are. That's why namaste, the light in me sees the light in you. I truly see you where you are and see the beauty in everyone. So I feel like I bring the angelic energies here onto earth.
And we'll end it or start to wrap up with a Winnie the Pooh quote. It's really Piglet asking Winnie the Pooh a question. Piglet asks Winnie the Pooh, how do you spell love? And Winnie the Pooh is smart enough to be like, you don't spell it, you feel it. And so with that, can you remind us how it doesn't matter where you're at, and it doesn't matter what you know, and it doesn't matter what you think you're in for a situation or how talented you are in this direction, that direction, or what you think you're not, some lack. Can you talk to us about the feeling thing and how that's all you need is a little more love? I don't know. I'm making this up. So to run with the Winnie the Pooh Piglet quote.
Yeah. In those moments where you feel, or in those moments where your mind is taking over and thinking a lot, there's going to be feeling inside. So I invite you, body, remember to drop beneath the waves, the chattery mind into the depth of the ocean and notice what you're feeling. And don't be scared of the uncomfortable feelings. Dive deep into those uncomfortable feelings. Be fully in your body and present. Give them space because all feelings move and flow and transform. And here in this sacred place of duality, those darker, heavier feelings, their polar opposite exists in the field at the exact same time that the heaviness is there. So when you dive through the darkness and you feel it, something's going to shift and open, and you're going to move and flow into the light, feeling lighter and lighter, and shifting then into that space of pure love. So don't be scared to dive deep and to give space for all the feelings. They are your great teachers, and all feelings are keys to open up doorways to infinite love. They all lead to love.
I love it. Okay, I'm going to put up 2 final photos and maybe a 5-second exercise, but no exercise and all fun. Joy, just here, we've got this and it's going to be fun. She'll take care of the details. And then a new angel, I mean, not so new, but totally fun. Penelope, she's my chief healing angel. She's been around the block. She's never been a human before. You can see a smiley face inside the football. And she shows up a lot as a Bic pen. Like, when a Bic pen has a little tiny pinpoint, she'll be a little soft pinpoint a light like this. But when she says, hi, it's Penelope, she'll do a little ziggle, zaggle, squiggle, and then keep going easy. So anytime you're thinking heavy, you can ask your angels to come in and interfere a little. You got free will. Oh, can you talk to us about free will? And that's obviously the most important thing because you're getting experiences what you get when you don't get what you want. And so you're always learning even if you don't know it. Can you do that final, you're good where you are? You were saying it another way before, but the pep talk. Yeah.
Yeah, because you are the creator of your reality. You're the one in the driving seat. So you get to push the brake or the accelerator. Sometimes we forget that we are the creator and we get caught up in different thought patterns. But just to remember that in those moments that you can call all the light of your soul back, bring all conscious awareness into the here and the now. The present moment is where the soul vibrates. There is no future, there is no past, there's only loads of different moments of now. And so that's where the power is, to be in the present. And that's where you have the free will, because when you're conscious of your subconscious, when you're conscious of your mind, then you're very empowered. And that's where you can create from that space of awareness.
Natalie. Okay, we're almost wrapping it up. I'm going to do a double whoosh. I've not ever done a double whoosh on a show, or maybe once. I usually just use one hand and I hold my hand up. But first, let's connect only our highest self, not my bill paying self or not the thinking self about, was my sports team going to win tonight? Feel what you can feel. Let us know what you feel. And are you going to use your whole, you can use your whole body. You can use your hand. You're good. Everyone's a giant antenna. Natalie, what are you feeling in Nicaragua?
Strength and standing in the light that I am.
And then I'm going to pull back. If you want to leave your hand up, though, I'm doing a double whoosh for some reason. I don't know what this is, but I know that it's going to be angel light or rainbow light. And if you can even get a symbol that even if your eyes are shut, you'll see the symbol, whether it's Sanskrit, cosmic, Buddhist, this, that, Tibetan symbol, you'll get it. But then if you want to open your eyes, you can see it both ways. That's what I'm supposed to say. Okay, here we go. And I'm going to blow through a microphone that's above the screen. So it's going to look like I'm a goose. So whoops. Here we go. And you can feel it up your back at home, or Natalie. And what do you get?
I got two symbols. One was a spiral, and the other was a symbol that I've been working with a lot. It's a high frequency symbol. It's a line, which can be like 11, and then the infinity in the middle, and then a line, which is 11. And what this is, I'm creating a group every 11th of the month where I do 8 minutes of silent meditation, and it's $11 to join. So it's the 11 and the 11 and the infinity. And I got given this symbol 3 years ago when there was sickness on our earth, and we needed to raise our frequency. And so I started putting it, the angel said, put it on the inside of the left ankle and raise my frequency so high. So that came in with this beautiful swirling vortex of energy. And so I'm feeling really high vibe. And I don't know if you could see, but in that moment where you did double whoosh, I started spinning. So thank you. Wow.
A guest has a guest has a book out. Okay, I can do this in English. A guest has a book out with the infinity symbol, but it looks like water. And I'm totally blanking on her name. She's in Massachusetts. She's blonde. She's awesome. She's been around for a while doing very successful stuff. But the infinity symbol turned this way is an 8, which of course she made plain on the show. And I'm like, So you said something, didn't you say 8 on the 11th is the 8 minutes of meditation, right?
Yes.
So
exactly.
your infinity symbol, yeah, but you already knew that. So, okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
All right. What's one final, maybe a mantra, and if you just say it 3 times with us, but ask all the angels to be coming in, which you don't need photos to do. And do you have a favorite angel who's yelling me, pick me? Is it Penelope? Is it Joy? Is it Charlotte? Is it Michael? Is it whoever? You can see them by the Peloton bike if you don't mind. Or Buddha. See Buddha golden figure. A little more abstract. Won't be wearing jeans is my bet. But and just have him help if it's okay on the final mantra thing, that anytime you want to just repeat this, it helps you go loosey-goosey. Not take the ancient burden of self-importance you were talking about before. Don't worry so much. Like, just be.
Yeah. It's coming through. I am the light that I am. I am the light that I am. I am the light that I am.
Oh, so true. Natalie, Namaste in Nicaragua. You are just beyond phenomenal. Oh my gosh. Thank you, and a thank you.
Oh, such a pleasure. Thank you. It's been wonderful. Namaste.